afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill. That is the Kauffie Company. Live here, of course, on the Kauffie Company. And it's Friday, which means we're live on Tottenham on Tour, the world-famous home of Levy Out. I'm here with Mr. Daigle, like we're always here together. Like we're here every day, having a chat, having a chill, having a laugh, having a cry. And, of course, as today is today, it's the manager waiting room special. Yeah. It's like Kermit the Frog. Yeah. We're here. We're here to see if any news happens. We're here. Aki, what's happening?
I'm just thinking, should we, first of all, good morning over here, not good afternoon, but good wherever you are.
You sound like Eurovision. Good morning from Toronto.
Hope you're good and well. But I think what we should do is just do a stream to resemble what the club are doing. We'll just sit here in absolute silence with people watching, waiting for us to say something, and then do absolutely bloody nothing. But obviously, we're going to have a big talk today and get very interactive with you guys in the chat. Also, going to try and have some fun and banter at near the end of the show. Buzzword bingo. I will be releasing the first group of phrases and words used. We're going to put a poll in on the Tottenham on Tour side, and we're going to see if people can guess.
We've already got a few votes. We've got a few votes already.
All right. Well, who's winning at the moment? What's the standard?
At the moment, it is 0 to 10 has 0 to 7 has 0 votes. 8 to 14 has 33% of the vote. 15 through 21 has 42% of the votes. They're the current winners. And 22 plus has 25% of the vote. But we got to say hello to our audience, Aki. We've got our coffees at the ready. I've got my Bell Sit mug. Big up the Bell Sit. Let's see who's in the chat to take us through the show. Let's see who's in the house. We have Rob Welshspur in the house, European champion. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully all well. Colin Crossamano, double winner. And, of course, European champion. Good to see you. Henry Fong TV, European champion. We have Craig O'Sullivan.
That's his, by the way, that's his bingo buzzword. When creeping is first used, Craig will be all over it. All over it.
Absolutely. We got Craig O'Sullivan's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. European champion. Shem Tang's in the house. European champion. And, of course, YouTube member of both the channels, I believe. We have Ghosted. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully all well. European champion. Mario's European champion. Finn, European champion. Zach Robinson. Good to see you. European champion. We've got Ryan's in the house, European
champion. We need to speak today.
We have Tom81, YouTube member, and of course, European champion from the DWO. How you doing? No, what is it? Hey yo.
Yeah.
Hey yo. We have Ashley.
Let me just say, Ashley has just become a member today. We speak a lot via social media. He's just become a member today. So thank you and welcome to the family, Ashley.
Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the family. Ashley, YouTube member. And, of course, European champion. Tweaky. European champion. YouTube member. Jeep, European champion. Henry, European champion. Flirting is the next buzzword. Ooh.
It could be. Or has it been used? Has it been used? All will be revealed.
We will find out in about... I will say 15 minutes we will do the segment. We got Adam, European champion. Mario, European champion. Yes, the DWO. We have Kookaburra saying hello from Australia. Good to see you.
Haven't seen Kookaburra.
We've got Neil Sharpton's in the house saying morning. What's in the car? Seats and a steering wheel. Good to see you, Neil. European champion. Quadruple European champion, if you please. You are indeed. We have Insightful today, saying Enoch out, but always European champions. European champion. Dan Davenport, European champion. Drew La, YouTube member, European champion. So many people in the house. Good to see you all. Terry O'Shea, European champion. The number one Agamar in the world, European champion. We have Stephen Gallins in the house, European champion. Johnny, European champion. And of course, we've got the artist formerly known as Bella, YouTube member, European champion. Good to see her. Good to see her. Let's have a chat, Aki.
Well, first of all, what we will, I'm going to share. I'm going to very quickly share something. Ben Daniel did me like a kipper a few hours ago, or literally just before the stream, because Ben shared this with me, and I was like, "This can't be real." It was real, but I fell for it. But I double checked. I double checked everything before I did what I was about to do. Where is it? There it is.
I do have to apologise for this, Aki. I have to apologise for this.
For what?
I'm usually go live at 2, but because I'm going to see my Mickey, I've got to leave on the dot at 3 o'clock. So I've given myself half an hour buffer to leave on time. So I apologise for all the usual folk that expected a stream at 2 o'clock.
So I don't know if you can see this.
I can just about see it.
It's Tottenham, and it says we are delighted to announce that we have nothing else to announce. They have a great evening. And I was like, oh, don't. And I went and checked their Twitter to see if they'd done it. It wasn't there, but then I checked again. This was in 2015.
That dastardly man. That dastardly man.
He did a Cody on me. Listen, I will say, today is officially Ange's 2-year anniversary at Tottenham Hotspur. Today, 2 years ago today, he was appointed manager, and I said to a few people, I'm sure Levy wouldn't do something like this on an anniversary, not remembering what he's done. And then someone said to me, well, if Denken and Ange are divorce papers on Christmas Day, never underestimate Levy. And I was like, yeah, true. But here we are all week. And I will say everyone has fallen for it. Looks like I woke up at 9:30 your time, 4:30 your time, my time, sorry, thinking that we would see or have heard something, just anything, whether it had been pro or con, whichever way you wanted to look at it. But no, once again, there is absolutely nothing from this football club. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't. First of all, we deal with tweets. Big up to you for 16 months being a member. Cheers, brother. Cheers, brother. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I've been going a little bit rampant on Twitter because obviously we've had the people showing the Beyonce club shop, saying that club shop looks different, yet people applaud we've got our Tottenham back. Tottenham also tweet that you can get your Champions League badges now on the new kits, which is everything we need to know. And radio silence from this football club. Yes or no, people? There's over 100 in the chat. It's now, what's the time back home now? 20 to 2.
Yeah.
20 to 2 in the afternoon. Yeah, just yes or no. Is an announcement to be made? All right, so let's make it easier. By the end of today, is Ange Postecoglou still Tottenham Hotspur manager?
Great stuff. Just going to say, dancer in. Dancer in. That's my guy. Dancer in.
That's what we got to see. Is he going to be in charge by the end of the day?
I thought it was.
Not do you want him? Not do you want him to be manager by the end of the day? Do you think by the close of business today, January the 6th, that Daniel Lee and Postecoglou, that's the right one, is Spurs manager by close of business today? Not do you want him? Do you think he will be? But I will. Tom thinks there's going to be an announcement at 6 p.m. I thought there was going to be one at midday UK time. We got Kookaburra nailing himself to the fence. We've got a few, but there's something Rob Frank said. There is something Rob Frank said that I want to bring up here because also I'm going to talk about something that Ben and Sim actually brought up yesterday. Where is it? Here we go. Brentford released 2 videos this week. Frank not in either. Just saying. Now, the odds on the bookies are getting shorter and shorter all the time. But Ben and Simeon, someone said it to Simeon or in the chat or whatever, and then Ben and Simeon did some research on it live. On every single new signing that Brentford have made, they have had in the video or in some kind of press release a comment from Thomas Frank going, yep, welcome addition, blah, blah, just the normal spiel. There hasn't been one bit of Frank speaking about Kelleher coming in. Yeah. On every other signing there is. This is what happens, isn't it? We're with the silence of this football club has just.
I've got a theory, Aki.
Let's hear it. Let's hear some theories, people. Go on, let's hear it, Ben.
This is me. I've got no tin foil. I don't think Thomas Frank's going to be the Spurs manager. I smell Fabio Paratici working in the background. I think we will get there'll be we'll speak about a load of names of Spurs managers, and I think we'll pick a random one. I think this is the way Fabio. Don't be surprised if the managers that are linked with the Tottenham job, one of them are not the one that we pick. That's all I'm going to say. I think because there's loads of news from the bookies, but there's no news. There are no news from the journalists. There's no news from Romano. There's no Jews from not Jews. There are Jews. There's me and you. We're getting cancelled. I think there's going to be news, and it's going to be different to what we're actually being told. I think we got there's no news from the journalists. That's why I got it done.
I have to say, and I don't know if people will agree with me, but I'm going to bring up a comment from haven't recognised this name before, so welcome to the chat and thanks for coming in. Kayleen, do you know what? A lot of this. No. He's saying other. He's saying, why are all the. I will say, do you know what? With this, he's absolutely right. This is why I've gone back from watching and appearing on shows and just doing Us and We Are Tottenham TV, because at the moment, in all honesty, no football club ever comes out and goes, do you know what, he's our guy? Unless it's like when there's no club goes, yep, it's business as normal. Not one club does it. So if he's going to stay, he's going to stay. He'll just come back Monday and he'll be working as normal. Where I do disagree with, or not, well, the other way I look at it, and I've spoken with loads of people, especially Craig with this, is where I do see is if Ange is staying, then we have wasted 2 weeks. If Ange was the guy, and Ange is the guy, and Ange is continuing, then during this time where we can buy players and can offer Champions League football, and these players that we have been linked with, we have just sat here twiddling our thumbs for 2 weeks and getting nothing done. Also, if he is or if he isn't staying, I think you have to look at this football club, and listen, we're all fans of this football club and love this football club dearly. Yes, we get frustrated with it. Yes, we get pissed off with it. Yes, we think sometimes it's run like a circus. But can you imagine what players and managers must think about this football club? Yeah. Like literally, at any point when you look over the history of and I'm just talking Levy and Enoch.
Oh, for God's sake, the stream's going to be ruined.
You never know if a manager. Jesus Christ! You never know if a manager's going to be. You never know if a manager's going to be backed. You never know if a manager's going to stay. Players must look at us, especially when it comes to wages, which is always a problem. No matter how you look at this, and I am because literally the reason I'll tell you now, because targets we have been after, it's going to be Paratici, and Lange's track record isn't really the greatest. And I'm not, but see, this is where I've really starting to. Not you, Kenny. People that are using, and the window just opened.
That's not how football works.
What I will say, this This isn't like Harrods and the sales. And if you wait longer during the sale, and they're like, the sale ends in 2 weeks, or any kind of shop, and then they go, yeah, or reduced, final days of sale, everything must go. That's not how football works. If you want your players and you're going to offer Champions League football, if they're that good of a player, there will be other people that will be interested for them. And as you've seen how long it takes Tottenham to get deals done, that's the problem. That is the problem with this. If people have, we were after Cunha, we were after Delap, we were after Aitan Uri, we were after Gomez has gone to Marseille, and we've wanted him for a while. We're constantly linked with these people, and then miraculously, when it comes to it, they don't come. Whether that is tabloid nonsense, whether it is genuine and we just don't pay the wages, just because the window has just opened, it doesn't mean, oh, we got a little bit of time, let's just sit on our heels and watch what other teams do. We are playing catch up with other teams. Immediately, before you even think about trying to get up the league, you look at this, we are trying to get back into the top half of the table. The top 8 at the moment are far stronger than us. And our rivals, because everyone thinks we're big 6, when we're actually the big 5+1, we are the wingman. We are the wingman to the top 5.
Oh, you're not, Aki. We're in the big 17. We're in
mate,
the big 17.
Mate, it's like you look at it. Those teams around us are strengthening already and making moves, and we are sitting here twiddling our thumbs. So, Kaylee, I understand what you're saying. There's a lot of the stuff I say. I agree with what you're saying, but it's come to the point where if he is staying, there would have been a plan for moving forward with Ange.
Just to lighten the mood a bit.
Yep.
What phase are you guys on?
What
phase are you on?
What phase?
Yeah, what phase are you on?
What do you mean? What phase?
Arsenal, the filth.
What phase are you on? Trust the process and all that malarkey.
There's that as well.
We're in the buying a Brazilian phase. Whatever you want to put that. Cheers,
I will say though, Vinny, on a nice note, it's nice to know you adopted the no red policy to the shop.
Yes,
and Ben has carried on. Ben has carried on with the red. It's disgraceful, Ben. It's disgraceful.
It's a match. It's matching of the Tottenham kit.
It's yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna see. It's literally. I just don't. Kaylee, like I said, I agree with a lot you're saying. Technically, they don't need to say. Yep, there's another. Oh, I forgot about him. There's another one.
Cherky's really good.
And people will say, "Do you know what? Man City came involved. There's no chance he was going to choose us." Well, this is what happens when you move quickly. This is what happens when you move quickly and get it done before other teams come involved. We've been linked with him for ages, and guess what? Sane, not that everyone would have wanted him, is now talking with Galatasaray. Osimhen is looking at going back to Galatasaray. We can't even get players. Gomez is going to Marseille. The people that are even available for free don't want to come to us. Exactly. This is the thing. This is the thing. Oh, wait a minute, Kayleen. Whoa. I agree with quite a lot that you're saying, but this... I couldn't be more in disagreement. Once everyone is fit, not many players out there get into our starting 11. Yeah, I would very much disagree with this. Listen, that's your opinion. Like I said, over here, I'm not. Like I said, we're nice and chilled here. We will. The chat here, as you can probably see, we keep everything calm.
We're a bit light-hearted here.
I mean, you got to be light-hearted. If
you don't laugh,
By the way, how many votes are we up to at the moment with
Let
bingo?
me see. There are 42 votes. 42 votes, and there are 98 people in the Tottenham on Tour chat. So go and and make sure you vote in the poll. Because in about 5 minutes, I'm going to call it, when we get to 25 minutes, we will play the first edition on Tottenham on Tour.
Yep, the weekly update.
The world famous game of PB.
The weekly update every Friday will be 25 minutes into the show, and we can have some fun with the buzzwords used. And there are, I will say, there are some crackers and some belters in there. But I genuinely, like I said, I mean, I want to go back to what you said. Ben, talk to me more about you thinking that Frank might not be the manager, because I think he's absolutely the manager. I want to hear more about your theory.
Heard any of the journalists link Thomas Frank to us? Thomas Frank has not been linked to us by the journalists. It's been linked to us by the bookies. The bookies have named Thomas Frank as the manager, not the journalists. I think I can smell Fabio Paratici, and I don't know why, but I think there will be a different manager. I think we're doing something different.
So, first of all, I mean, Kaylee, I really am appreciating you being in this. I thank you for I don't know how you found us, but see you later, Vinny. Thanks for coming in and joining the chat, mate, because it's great to see. Because
everybody should buy Tesla shares.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought you get financial advice on this show? Financial advice on this show.
So with this one, this is the thing. We don't buy quality. When we say a couple of players that flop, it's because we don't buy quality. If I'm telling you now, if we went and bought, let's say, an Eze and Paulinho immediately, they won't be flops. They won't be flops.
We got a question.
We have, but it's again. Do you know what? Stella and I are so bored of answering this question. I personally,
it's a question for me. It's a question.
I know,
for me,
but I'm just to do it again. I haven't flip flopped. Neither has Stella. We've just said we are no longer Ange out. We are Ange. If he stays, he stays. If he goes, he goes. But he's deserved an opportunity. We're not 100% Ange in. But this question, like I said yesterday, people will carry on doing this and using the word flip-flop when it's not the case.
I've always said football is on a pendulum. And what I have said, and I'm going to be very articulate and very clear with what I said. No one has a right for a job. It's not a right to have a job. We don't live in a utopia. No one has a right to a job in anything. What I have said is Ange Postecoglou has earned the right to present his project for the next season. It doesn't mean that they're going to keep him on for the next season. I'm not in charge of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. If it was up to me, Ange wouldn't have got December. I was that annoyed. As a season ticket holder, I hate the feeling of every time I go to a football match knowing we're going to lose. Because it's not like I can get money back for my season ticket. Once you've bought your season ticket, you have bought your season ticket. You can get credit towards your next season ticket, but you can't actually get that money back. You can't get that money back with credit. So I have put money. So he's not earned the right to have next season, but he's earned the right to plead his case. Not plead his case. He's not in court. He's not done anything apart.
It's a good way to say it.
He has the right to propose his project for the 25-26 season. He has earned that right by winning a major trophy, which is the first major trophy we've won since 1991. I wasn't even conceived, let alone born. I wasn't even conceived. So,
right. Before we go through bingo,
it's not flip-flopping. It is, he has earned the right. He has earned some flowers. He has done a good thing, which is win a major trophy.
So we'll just quickly rattle off a few of these, and then it's gone past 25 minutes, so we'll go through it. There were a few weeks. See, this, Adam, what I will say with this is where I see us as a football club at the moment. If we go for a Xavi, big up, Mr. David's brother. I hope you're good and well, and we'll speak very, very soon. I don't think people, you want someone that can tick all the boxes, Premier League experience, European experience, blah, blah, blah. I think the only thing we can get now is a Premier League manager with Premier League experience or a European manager with no Premier League experience. I don't think we can attract both. I just don't think we can attract both at all. Terry, my brother, doesn't even see us sacking Ange. It is so all over the place. Takeover talks left, right, and centre. Well, we're just going to have to wait and see. All we do know is once again, this fan base remains divided. Once again, like if Ange goes, we'll be divided. If Ange stays, we'll be divided. If we get up to a good start, we'll be divided. If we get up to a bad start, we'll be divided. Any other thing you want to say? We will be divided until Enoch and Levy are no more, and then
I'm gonna push back on that, Aki.
You push back all you want, mate. I'll push straight back.
I'm gonna push back, and we're in the same opinion about majority of things. Spurs fans are like my family at a Friday night dinner. No one agrees with anyone. I've told the story about my family in Mallorca one night. No one would agree. For anyone that doesn't know this story, my dad took us on holiday to Mallorca, and all 5 of us couldn't agree where we were going for dinner. So to punish us, my dad took us to 5 different restaurants to punish us, to say, you guys are a bunch of morons. So he punished us, but he went to the restaurant he wanted first because he was paying. He took us to 5 different restaurants to say, look how stupid you are. And that's what Tottenham fans are. We can't agree on anything. We can't agree on anything. And
there's
no
two
other
things,
football club works like this.
2 things I'll add as well. That I discussed with Craig is, first of all, the pressure. If it is Ange, every single time we lose a game, it's Craig, you're not going to any more games. It's you. It's you.
It's you.
So the second we lose a game, it's going to go absolutely nuts. And honestly, right now, forget how you feel about Ange. Forget about in your walk of life. If you held a position in a company, doing whatever you're doing, and it's out there that your bosses are actively or rumored to be out looking for your replacement, but couldn't attract or entice or get the right person, and then go like, yeah, no, worry, you're our guy. Surely that leaves a really, really bad taste in your mouth. Or it could be, I'm going to show you why I'm going to prove you all wrong. But it's absolutely, I just don't see. And once again, this club has just handled it horrifically. But I think it's time, Ben. There's over 200. It is time, and I will be tweeting this every Friday.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yep, that's about right, David. A big up to
everyone,
you. It's time.
Everyone get your popcorn out. It's time to play the world famous game of this. Everyone, gather round, gather round. So, it's time to play the world famous game of Brian Daigle's Buzzword Bingo.
Okay, so Brian, first of all, what's the poll? Where are we in the poll? What's the leading What have we got?
The lead. We have had 63 votes so far. 14% of the vote has gone to 0 to 7. 21% or 20% of the vote has gone to 8 to 14, and tied is 15 to 21 and 22%. So it is getting. It is getting.
Yeah,
close.
that was very close. It was 20, but after the Gomez deal fell through, my very good friends are Well On Side, who are, if you see Well On Side on Twitter and see me retweeting them, they are totally understanding what buzzword bingo is. But I'm going to read the list one by one, and then we're going to see what 208 people's favourite is. So, we have had people, you ready? We have had intend to accelerate, stretch the release payment, aggressively pushing, plenty of admiration, intensifying its interest, Tottenham moves to amber, appreciated by the club, retained interest, strong pursuits, really appreciate, an indispensable starting place, testing the waters, approaching the final furlong, intense negotiations, we've lodged interest, we've moved out of second gear and into third, we've joined the summer battle, we are seriously going to compete, we have entered the race, concrete made its debut yesterday, concrete,
Hey!
and amber to red. So, from now on, all of these are null and void. They have been called in bingo. We have all these that have been mentioned since the window opened. When did it open? June the 1st? Or just before June the 1st? There is some absolute humdingers in that one. And I think my favourite one has to be an indispensable starting place that was offered to Sane, and he said no. I don't know what people's favourites are on this.
My favourite one, I've got two. My favourite two are out of second into third.
That's for, by the way, that's for Eze. That's for Eze.
And I love concrete offer as well.
There were many steps to concrete last season. Concrete talks, concrete offer, concrete bid, concrete. So if you see anything other than concrete offer, concrete is available, just not with concrete offer. So that is where we are right now in transfer window buzzword and phrases bingo. We are off and running to an absolute scorcher of an opening few days, and we will have more next week. We will have more next week of this great game.
Yeah.
Plenty of admiration. I don't think has come up, but it will come.
I have plenty of admiration for Ana de Armas.
There will be plenty of those coming up. I'm just quickly
links.
checking to see if there's any latest news.
Where is mulling it over?
Let's have a look. Not that I can see.
Solid rumours. I like it.
That
was this week's buzzword bingo. So
yep.
I want everyone that's watched this show, everyone that's watched this in the live chat, after the show, please put it in the comments, whatever your favourite buzzword bingo of the week. We will toss all the votes up. And next week, at the start of next week's show, we will say which buzzword bingo was the favourite of the Tottenham Ontorian community. It will
be updated regularly. I just can't. No, unfortunately, Kim, no here we goes yet. We might have to wait a little while for that to come through. But listen, whilst we've got people, let's just gauge where people stand. Just simply write who you want the manager to be. If it's Ange, just put Ange. Any manager, let's just whack them in, because literally, because of Tottenham's lack of activity, it's very hard to keep talking about what's going on. So let's have some fun with the people that are watching. We got Thomas, Frank, Ange. We'll see. I just saw Scott M's in the chat, so big up to Scott M.
Good Shabbos, Simon. Good Shabbos.
Shabbat Shalom. Gladner. All this talk about Palace maybe being kicked out of Europe. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. There is a lot of people. Do you know what? A lot of people have started to talk. Frank, I don't know if people wash concrete made from Blancmange. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think.
Bob the Builder, Mr. Blobby, Roy Keane, Xavi. Xavi's got. You mean Xavi from Barcelona? Xavi Alonso has got a job. Tom Glasner or Xavi, Frankin. Noise is deafening. It is a bit.
It is. I mean, it is definitely. I mean,
Prince Harry needs a job.
If there is no news today, they're not going to do anything over the week. I'll tell you what, Marius. If it became Carrick, I think it would be absolutely nuclear across every single. Do you know what? Obviously, there's the Spurs link, and he's a young up and come. Do you know what? Wise guys just put one in, and do you know what? The way he's going, and the way he's been, I think at some point, Joe, let's have a talk about this, Wise guy. It's a wicked, because I actually think Spurs have to keep a serious eye on Robbie Keane. Yeah, I'm not saying appoint him right now. That's not what I'm saying. But he's gone, and I admire Robbie Keane for what he's done. He's gone to 2 leagues where you never ever hear managers go ever. So like break into, unless there is a connection to it. I think Spurs have got to, like we brought Ryan Mason in as an assistant manager. If Spurs were to bring someone in, I would hope that some way, whether Robbie Keane would come as an assistant or do something, but I think I think. Good
to see you, Pagey. Good to see you.
I think he can literally. I think he's someone we need to look at. Kieran McKenna. This again. There's so many. Yeah,
John Madden. I love it. John Madden.
Listen, I have to say, do you know how many people I get comment on Buzzword Bingo saying, you do realise this ain't the club, it's ITK's journalists and the media? I'm like, yes, I'm fully aware. Anyhow, do you know what? I will say, if Newcastle got a man, big up James Flowerpower, if Newcastle, who obviously apparently spoke to Inzaghi as well, if Newcastle went another way, you've got to get Eddie Howe.
Here's my buzzword bingo of the week. If Eddie Howe was no longer the Newcastle manager today, I would go nuclear on Eddie Howe. That's the guy I would go for. He would be absolutely perfect.
If he was to leave Newcastle, I would even want him over Frank. And I love, and people will know that watch the channel or watch me, I absolutely love Thomas Frank. I think majority of Spurs fans would go and help him pack his bags to get him to move down here. Yeah. Yeah, I think celery agent, my brother. My brother.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's got to be addressed. I mean, honestly, I can't see there now. What is it now? It's gone 2:00. Oh, we are.
Whoa!
But I think Ben and Sim, or one of them, is having a wind up. I'm very, but it is Ben and Sim
winding you up.
Look at that, Ben and Sim. I didn't even realise we made Ben and Sim mods. Of course we would have done, but I did. Look at them. It feels very weird me watching me being live.
There is no news. There we go. He's going to do it anyway.
We're going to do it anyway. We're going to do it anyway. We're going to do it anyway. We're going to do it anyway.
Something
Do you know what?
inside so strong.
I'm surprised
In
Ben and
the
Sim.
mud.
Do you know what? There's a good MJ Marcus, big up to you, mate. If we could bring players back, let's just say us here at Tottenham on Tour and the 209 watching across both channels, could bring back 3 players as either on the coaching staff or up top to have an influence. Forget how good they were as a player, or you can have that tied in. Who would you pick if you could have 3 players? They don't just have to be like recent. If there are 3 players to come in right now as a reshuffle at board or coaching level, you choose.
Yeah.
Who are you going for? And people in the chat, who would you go for?
Jan Vertonghen.
Yep, we agree on that.
Straight away. Luka Modric.
Well, he's gone to Swansea. Take Luka out. Because
he's not gone to Swansea yet.
Let's be realistic here. He's not going to go on the Spurs board.
Okay.
Spurs coach. Let's have it properly realistic here.
We have to be realistic. Okay. Jan Vertonghen.
Yep.
Ledley King.
Well, Ledley's there.
No, I still have him as a coach.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with Robbie Keane because he's shown that he's a very decent coach.
All right, so I would say obviously Jan, and that is that is incredibly biased of me, but I would do. I've seen who mentioned Eric. Where was it that someone? Oh, Modric, Van der Vaart, Bale, Gareth Bale. Jan Vertonghen, Dawson, Keane. See, kudos. Dawson is there. So I don't want to use... I know he's in an ambassadorial role, not a coaching. I think Pharaoh and a few people that have said Rafa van der Vaart, I think I would bring Rafa back. I think I would.
Director of football.
So I'm going Vertonghen, Rafa van der Vaart, and there's one more. I'm gonna have a little sit on that. Oh, Teddy. Oh, I'm going Teddy. Yeah, my 3 are locked in. Jan.
Someone said Edgar Davids. Edgar Davids was terrible at Barnet.
He was
terrible.
I'm going. Mine are locked in. I'm going Teddy Sheringham.
Timothy Atuba. Atuba.
Ed or Singh. Who would, honestly, seriously, who would be your 3? Let's see what 3. I'll tell you what, put your 3 in and we'll try and work out if it's Ben or Sim. That's what we'll do. But I'm going Teddy Sheringham, Rafa van der Vaart, and Jan Vertonghen. And Jan Vertonghen would be my first pick immediately. But I did say that is very, very, very recent. That is just very biased of me with Jan Vertonghen.
Modric, Bale, Kane.
Yeah, okay, so Modric, Bale. Well, Kane's still playing. That's got to be Ben. I think that's Ben.
Edgar Davids isn't the rule. If they were a great player, they would be a crap coach.
This is true as well. No, you look at Jose Mourinho and other players. Oh, wait a minute. Kim has brought in a good one, but he hasn't had the best. He hasn't had the best. Dembele's a good shout as well.
Dembele
was a great shout.
Whoever said he's still an ambassador, he could still do it. He could kick some people into shape. Klinsmann 100%. Klinsmann was terrible though.
No, Klinsmann did. He's done all right at places, but I want people that just understand what Tottenham is. Klinsmann loved Tottenham. There's no doubt about it. But Teddy Sheringham, Rafa van der Vaart, and Jan, John Barnes. Oh, wait a minute. Gareth Thomas has just come out with a great one.
Young Lee Young Pio.
There's one.
Darren Anderson. He will sort our injury crisis out.
Mate, do you know what? Darren Anderson's injury makes... and Darren Anderson, another wildly underrated player at Tottenham Hotspur. Wildly. Chris Banks, I will ask Paul Stalteri when hopefully he's at the Scotland Yard next season. I'll ask him if he'd come back as a coach of Spurs. Mike, Joe, honestly, but we need to just. We are Tottenham TV are in full swing here. They are in full swing, causing a little bit of mischief here.
Jamie O'Hara, never.
Oh.
He's not a dickhead. He's not a dickhead. He's a legend, that bloke. Ted Lasso, big up Ted Lasso. Jason Dezell, Stuart Nethercott, and Kurs Larke.
I have to say, Stuart Nethercott is quite easily the worst player I've ever seen at Tottenham.
Did you get to see Gregor's Raziak?
Yes.
Ryan Mason and Harry Winks. We love Ginola here. Ginola is a quality.
Oh, mate. Yeah, but this is the thing. Pharaoh, love for Ginola. How can you not love Ginola? But can you see him being a coach or director? This is the thing: is could you see him having an influence? But it's I
as well.
No, Guy Butters, mate. Aaron Lennon would be a good one. Aaron Lennon. Well, do you know what? Even
Janssen and Ndombele.
Do you know what I'm going to say? Every time, Celery Agent, I absolutely love you. I absolutely love you. Yeah, big love to Ben and Sim. I have to say the mothership, the greatest of the greatest. Roberto Soldado was fouled by Tottenham Hotspur. He didn't foul Tottenham. Tottenham fouled him. I will have this debate with people so many times, and I love having this debate. Yes, he didn't work at Spurs, but this is who would have known that Spurs scouting team could get it so wrong that you look at it. We bought him. Oh, he was, buddy. I will say Matthew Letitia, Southampton slip, but with Roberto Soldado, he was scouted by Spurs in a front two at Valencia, where he scored over 20 La Liga goals 5 years in a row. And then he comes to Tottenham and literally gets said, do you know what? You're going to play in a one, and it's all about the midfielders running on past you. We absolutely destroyed Soldado, who could have been a great striker if we'd had, for instance, a Teddy Sheringham to play off him. Like when we signed Rebrov.
No, a Berbatov.
Yeah, a Berbatov. But I'm saying, even when we got Rebrov, we asked Rebrov to do the Shevchenko role rather than getting a strike. This is the thing. It's what we do. It's what we do. And I feel really, I felt really, really, really sorry for Soldado. He could have been, mate, I'll tell you what, if I was to do a hard man 11, Ben Thatcher goes in it. Ben Thatcher was an absolute psychopath.
He was. Who was a bigger psychopath, though? Psycho or Ben Thatcher? And when what's his name?
You mean Pat Van Hell?
No, that's a third one. The Psycho is in.
Mate, that's another one. Oh,
not
Psycho. Stuart Pearce. Stuart Pearce.
Yeah, Stuart Pearce.
Mate, do you know what? Let's have some fun and get right. Do you know what? There's no Spurs news.
The biggest psycho in football.
Let's go, and let's have some proper. We are top Ben. It's definitely Ben. It's definitely Ben. I have to say, Ben is actually pimping out my apartment for the World Cup live on We Are Tottenham TV. But let's have a who gets in a Spurs psycho or nutcase. Vandenhal, Thatcher, Roman Pavlyuchenko. If you hear the stories about Roman Pavlyuchenko, Razor Ruddock, Dave Mackay, there's another one. Dave Mackay has to be captain, surely.
Yeah, I mean, but Dave Mackay wasn't a psycho. He hated being called a psycho.
Dave, believe me, he hated being called psycho. But I'm saying a hard man and psycho. Dave Mackay, better say just Lamella would be in it. Lamella would be in it.
Edgar Davids.
Would you put Romero in it? Are we whacking Romero in there? All right, let's carry on with this.
Robbie Keane would be in there as well, Aki, because Robbie Keane knocked out Edgar.
Do you know what? We could probably get a 25-man squad here. He definitely goes in it.
Torstvedt
was a nutcase. Torsfeld was a nutcase. Gaza would go in it. I don't know. With Mikey Moore, I don't know if Ben and Sim have heard anything
Stefan
about
Freund.
that. I think he needs loads. Stefan Freund. Do you know what? Do you know with Stefan Freund? Do you know why I chuck him straight? Yes, he was, but I can never get the running away from Roy Keane at White Hart Lane. Tarico was a nutcase. He'll go in. Richest Man Brother has just put one that definitely goes in.
He's such a lovely bloke, Stefan Freund. If you've ever had the pleasure of meeting Stefan Freund, he is one of the absolute loveliest blokes on the planet. Psycho, the Suarez, the Viper.
Spurs players. It's Paul
I don't
Miller.
think Maxi Miller. I don't think Maxi Miller was a psycho. I just think he was.
It's Paul Miller.
Yeah, but it's Paul Miller, Maxi.
Okay, now I've got now. Do you know what a lot of people say is? I don't know if anyone's actually said Graham Roberts here.
Big up Paul Stewart.
I don't know if Graham, our auxiliary agent. Do you know what? The next three comments. Scotty Putt, mate. Do you know what we spoke?
Joe Jordan was the psycho.
Yeah, I will say he'd be manager.
Yeah,
he'd be manager. I would have to say, but I will say Scotty Parker. Do you know what? When we were just talking about 3 people you'd bring back, but would he come back? Would he come back? Oh yeah, mate.
Sandro with his karate chops.
Honestly,
Martin Jol would be the manager after he offered out Arsene Wenger.
Okay, yeah, no, I put Martin Jol always comes up top to me with Joe Jordan as his assistant.
Yeah.
Mate, I thought, Rodney Trott, big up, brother. Big up, your plonker. I think we need to start doing some bits like this. We'll make a Dream 11 hard case, a Dream 11 like flair players.
Yeah.
And we'll see. By the way, people, Ben and I are in the works of trying to come up. We want to have some fun over the summer because we don't think it's going to be the best of summers for us. And hopefully we're going to have some Spurs games nights, not just quizzes. We're working our way around a few ideas like Spurs Scrabble and things like that, where it's just going to be pure games and fun to have a little bit of light-hearted relief. Because, boy, do we need it. Big up, Ryan. Big up, Ryan. Or do you know what? Do you know what? Jason H has just mentioned one. A silent
Gazaniga would be the goalkeeper when he took.
No, mate. Yeah, but Torsfeld or Robbo. But this man, if you hear Gaza's stories about Steve Sedgley, yep, that could be another one. That could be another one.
Yeah. The chat's going so bloody quickly. So many. So many Dembele when he tried to gouge Diego Costa's eye out.
Do you know what? Dembele, I don't know. See, you've got to decide where your level is for hard man or nutcase. Dembele was a beast on the ball and like impossible to get off it. Apart from his eye gouging, do you really see him losing his temperament?
He's one of those people that doesn't need to, and you're terrified of him.
Why?
I think it was. I can't remember. I watched a video this morning. Alex Song was asked. No, was it Alex Song? I think it was. No, it was a former Arsenal player. I can't remember which one it is. It was either the boy that's at Fulham now, or it was. Actually, no, it might have. I can't remember. He said who's the hardest player to play, and he said Dembele, because whenever Dembele did that to you, if Dembele put his arm up to you, you were done for. You were done for. No one was getting the ball off him. It was Iwobi. I thought it was Iwobi.
Actually, he played one game, so let's call him Tottenham. He played one game. Mate, Cantona. I'm actually Mike England's another one, but I'm actually. Had anyone mentioned if we're putting Dembele in this conversation? I think you have to put in my player of the year of the season. We finished second. You have to put Wanyama in there.
He was again. I think
he was hard as nails. He was hard as nails.
Wanyama and Dembele are not psychos, but they were hard as nails.
That's what I'm saying. Hard or psychos.
Whereas this man was a psycho.
This man. Oh, do you know another one I actually mentioned? And I know this because he's looked at me like he was about to bloody knock the crap out of me when I approached him and Robbie. Yep, Alan Hutton. Jesus Christ. He is a man that you do not want to mess with. Oh, mate, Chris Perry. That's a great... Love Wilson. I love Wilson. Who said Wilson? Ryan, do you know what? There's 2 seasons. The 2 seasons that I mentioned that we got Champions League football and that season we finished second. People like Bale and everyone from that team and the Kanes, Ericsson, everyone took the plaudits for player of the season. For me, Wilson Palacios and Victor Wanyama were the reasons that we did as well as we did. Oh, can't get a bit skippy. Can't be a bit skippy, mate. Generational. Don't Adam, listen, people in the world don't manifest Gareth Southgate. Mate, honestly, Darren, I'll tell the story again because I don't know if people will know this. We're going so far back, this was during my drinking days. There was where I live is quite near Hadley Wood, where it's a very expensive area, and a lot of the Spurs players and Arsenal players live round that neck of the woods, and like people like Lennox Lewis, yada yada yada. Anyway, there is a beautiful pub near the station, which was called the Cock and Dragon. It's changed its name now, but it has a beautiful, beautiful beer garden. Now, the day after the season, this was the season that Liverpool took Robbie Keane, and he'd just broken 100. I think it was 100 Premier League goals for Spurs, or 100 goals. One of the two. He just broken 100 goals, and Robbie Keane and Alan Hutton walked in day after the season, and were sitting in the beer garden and were knocking back ciders at absolute record. I was just smashing it. End of the season. I'd already had a few drinks. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go up to him. I'm going to go up to him and just say, hi, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. I was a bit tipsy. And I literally walked up to Robbie Keane, looked at him. I wanted to say, oh, Robbie, fantastic. Thanks for your service. 100 goals in the Premier League. Such a good guy. Thank you for the memories. And just general normal talk. I went up to him and literally verbatim said, great season, Robbie. Great goals. Yay. But a lot higher pitched. Robbie Keane looked at me in a state of confusion. Alan Hutton looked like Red Rag to the bull when he was going to kill me. And then I just walked away and I was like, oh, shit. But then Robbie came over and was great, and so was Alan. But Alan Hutton, when the way he looked at me, I was like, holy shit. I was literally, if that man gets into a fight, you don't want to be on the receiving end. He is a psycho. Psycho. There's my Robbie Keane embarrassing story. I've just seen someone, mate, listen, he may be your country part, but literally, big up Tango. He literally is terrifying. Terrifying. Like, I can't remember who said it as well. He literally is an absolute nutcase. He will have a fight with anyone. He will have a fight with anyone. But I've just seen Couvers in the building. And we can't not. Yeah, listen, Gary Mabbott, the sheriff isn't here, but Gary Mabbott, the most inspirational captain of my lifetime, and that will never change. Ever. I don't care who comes as captain. May not be the best. People may say other captains in the life. Let's have it. That's it. There we go. Let's have that as the final little.
The final segment before we end the show.
In your lifetime, so you can't go back into the. Who is? If you had to pick a team and say, right, this guy's my captain, who is it? Because for me, it's without a doubt Gary Mabbott. I don't think. Oh, obviously, Perryman had gone. Was Perryman? Yeah, Perryman had gone before I'd really got into it. But I can imagine Perryman would be okay. Cooper's gone. Perryman. Pure Coy's.
Perryman.
Is Pure Coy's Nige? It is Nige, isn't it? Or is it Nige?
It's Nige, yeah, it's Nige.
Okay, I didn't know. I couldn't remember. His name used to be Nige Pure Coy, so he's taken the Nige out. There you go.
Perryman,
Colin Crossamano's gone for one.
Ron Burgess.
There you go.
Robbie Keane.
Robbie Keane.
Robbie Keane
Okay.
he was team captain, but he was never club captain, was he?
No, he has worn the captain's armband a fair.
No, but he
good
wasn't club captain.
Yeah, but let's just say that's worn the captain's armband then. Let's just say that's worn the captain's armband. Richard Goff. Do you know what? Do you know how many people have said to me when we speak about this and would have Richard Goff like in there saying he was absolute for the one season we had him, he was absolutely immaculate. Like honestly, what do you know what? There's a lot of people. Do you know what? This guy, do you know what I loved about Dawson? Old school, hard as nails. He'll put his body on the line. He was so yeah, it's but there's I think
my favourite story I have of Michael Dawson is I remember when Michael Dawson did his Achilles for England. Really painful injury.
I remember
But that was when Fabio Capello was the manager, and I was getting tickets to go to every single England game. And because we were not friends, but because we were invited with him, we would wait in the England where at Wembley, there's a thing called the atrium where people with the box tickets can go into and get sign-ins. But because we were invited by the manager himself, we were allowed to go into where players and their families were because we were considered friends of the manager. Michael Dawson came out on his crutches. And you'd think, oh, he's not going to talk. He's going to either go straight to the hospital or go straight home and wherever. He saw we were Spurs fans because he'd seen that we'd been there before. And we spoke to him for 10 minutes, even after he did that injury. That man is the loveliest. Also, we met Dawson in the Cafe Nero that used to be in Epping High Road. I don't know if it's still there, the Cafe Nero in Epping High Road. He's just the loveliest geezer on the planet, Michael Dawson. I won't have a single bad word said about Michael Dawson. That man is just a legend. He is just a really lovely geezer. He was a brilliant centre-back. He wore his heart on his sleeve. What a guy.
I'll tell you what, first of all, Colin, we were talking about both. I've just seen this comment. Gica Popescu, I absolutely adored this guy. Absolutely bloody well adored him. And finally, Activon, blasphemy of the Vertonghen nature will not be tolerated in this channel. You're very lucky that I love you. Kuva, you know the drill. Let's Jan Vertonghen. I'm only joking, guys. Jan Vertonghen for me is just simply.
I've got to go with the man. I've got to go with Ledley King. I thought he was an inspirational captain.
Yeah, honestly, that's a great shout for me. For me, it's Garrett, it's Mabbott, but this is the thing. People look at it.
When I was barely watching football when he was.
That's a good point. That's a good point with you. But this is the thing you've got to. This is the other thing you got to remember. Whenever you're doing this and talking about it, everyone interprets it in a different way. It's like when you look at a Tottenham captain. I want Tottenham to have a hard as nails captain, like a Vieira, Keane, Terry, blah, 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 blah. Some people want they do their talking on the pitch kind of, oh, mate, you Swifty.
I'm just going to put a middle finger up to Ange.
Mate, listen, as much as I hate saying it, I think Patrick Vieira was better than Roy Keane. I think Patrick Vieira.
Better footballer.
Vieira was different. Like they're both brilliant. But if I would pick a team,
I would have a Keane player over Vieira as my captain.
I'm not sure. Captain. I think Vieira. I think Vieira was absolutely incredible. That's enough filth talk. What have you done to me, Angus? What have you done to me? Oh, mate. Now, if you want to talk Hardman, that man.
With the bandage over his head.
I know you're joking, brother. Right. On that note, guys, we are going to wrap it up. I keep saying this, but Ilana's out tonight, so there is a chance that I may do a pop-up tonight. If there is news, then we definitely will. If there is no news, probably not. But just remember, every Monday, every Friday, we will be going live on both Tottenham on Tour and the Kauffie Company. And let's hope we have wishing everyone a great weekend, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that Spurs do something or don't do something to piss off the weekend. And we go again on Monday.
Indeed. But thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And as always, if you know what the cough is brewing.
Oh, wait a minute. 1 second. 1 second. Colin is there. 1 second. Let me check. Let me check Twitter, Colin. If I'm checking, and Colin Crossamano knows his stuff occasionally when it comes to certain things like the Brennan Johnson
I've
deal.
got to leave, Brian, so...
Wait a minute. I just want to see if Crossamano mentions that there is or there isn't.
I'm going to start loading the dishwasher.
You start loading the dishwasher. I can literally... Crossamano, he's either misspelled it on purpose. I don't think there has been breaking news, but so I will wrap up the show. I think there is a cliffhanger. Everyone have a wonderful weekend, whatever you're doing. We may or may not be back, but we will definitely be back on Monday. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, Levy out.